Thank you, Madam Toastmaster and fellow members. Do you know the amount of time that you spend on email every day? Probably not. Probably the answer is a lot. Actually, I've heard of a person who actually sat down and meticulously recorded the amount of time that he spent on email every day. And after a week, he found out that he actually spent an average of 2.5 hours on his email every day. 2.5 hours. That's too much, don't you think? Now, after he gave some attention and really decided to change his behavior and do something about it, he got it down to about 20 minutes a day. And there's a big difference to that. We are told to redeem our time. And I think that this is one area in our life that we can do that, in our spending time with our emails. So today, I'd like to show you to redeem our email time, because days are evil. But actually, so that we can use it to a more productive use. So getting right down to business here, according to a survey, 80% of business people check their emails first thing in the morning. Imagine that, first thing in the morning, people plug into their email. Let me tell you why that is not a good idea. Checking email first thing in the morning is like saying, what does everyone else want me to do today? So it's like saying, I would like to address first today what is important to other people than myself. So my first point is that I suggest that you don't check your email first thing in the morning. Actually, avoid spending the first hours of the day in your work doing email. Do what is important to you first. What is important in order to accomplish your job so that your job description is fulfilled. For me, if I have a website project that would be doing content for my site, I would not check my email first thing in the morning. So that's my first point. My next point, in an American online survey, 51% of respondents say that they check their email 4 or more times a day. 4 or more times a day. Why is that a problem? Well, it is interrupting our job actually. Email interrupts the continuity of our thought processes, and that reduces our productivity. Email is the world's most convenient procrastination device. Instead of making a difficult phone call that might be beneficial to our business, or probably doing some project or starting a project in order to make us advance more, we say, let me check my email, hoping to see something that is more exciting, easier, and probably more interesting than what we are about to do. So my point number 2 is, decide the time that you will check your email. I would suggest that you check at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then again at 3 in the afternoon. Just twice, and stick to it. Emails that come after that, you reserve it for the next day. I think those people can wait, actually. So that's my second point. The next point. Most of us have many different email accounts. We have AOL probably, we have Yahoo account, we have Hotmail account. We have an account from the ISP that provides service in our homes, and another one at work, and probably another one for some other purposes. What is the problem with that? I think there is too much clutter a lot of things, password to remember, and a lot of other things. So my suggestion in point number 3 is to consolidate your plethora of email addresses into one universal inbox. And may I suggest using Gmail. All your other email accounts into Gmail. The reason being, Gmail has very cool features. One of them is it has what is called mail fetcher. You can fetch your messages from other accounts into your Gmail, and you can also set it up so that regular messages that are just informational in nature, you can just let it skip your inbox and go directly into a predetermined folder, and you can check it later on at a more convenient time for you. So those are my 3-point suggestions. Avoid doing email first thing in the morning. Schedule your email 2 times a day and stick to that schedule. Consolidate your email into this universal inbox. If you do this, you'll be able to redeem some of your email time and become a faithful steward of one of the most precious resources that God has given to you.